12 harsh realities you have to accept, even if it's very difficult to accept it. In this video, I'm gonna talk about 12 realities we all have to accept, which we all try to deny, but it's really inevitable because it's part of life. Not a lot of people speak about these types of realities or truth, but we need to know them. Some people learn it the hard way, some can learn it by reading books, through the experience of other people, but nothing gives us more lessons than the experiences we all have in our life. So in this video, we'll talk about the 12 harsh truths or realities of life to help you make not just a better person, but a stronger person. There's 9 harsh truths or realities we have to know. Number 1, you're going to fail a lot. Like a lot of times. Number 2, we don't know a lot. Number 3, tomorrow is not a guarantee. It's never guaranteed. Number 4, there is no right moment to start. Number 5, someone will always have more than you. Number 6, not everybody likes you. And number 7, you'll never feel 100% ready. A lot of people start when they're like 10% ready, and that's okay. Number 8, there's no way you can change the past. So Back to the Future things does not exist. Right? You can't change the future however you try to do so. And number 9, toxic company or toxic people is bad for your health. Let's start with number 1. You will fail sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. You can fail 99 times and just succeed once, and you'll be set for life. That's a great thing. You'll never be 100% sure if things work unless you try. It's like taking roads, road A and road B. Take road A and you fail, you'll never know what's in road B because you didn't take that road, right? So you never have what if. So choose a path and take on that road with all that you've got. You can always be 100% sure doing nothing will not work for you. Start going out there and do something. You know, I remember this office, I didn't have this planned earlier this year. Like I had no plans to open an ad agency office earlier this year. It was not in my plan last year. I was just looking to, make my space maybe cleaner or what have you, but never did I think that I'd have a space outside of my comfort zone, which is where I live. This is an area far away from where I live, like about 30 minutes without traffic. This was probably one of the best decisions I made, like stepping out of where I'm comfortable, and it's done a lot of wonders for me. Try to get out of your comfort zone and do something about it. Let's go to number 2. There's a lot of things you do not know, okay? There's a mindset that I've read in a book that says people who are wealthy of mind do not know anything. They don't assume they know everything. But the poor mindset always says they know everything. They know, yeah, I know that. I know this. Yeah, I know. I've heard it. Most of people who are great will always say if they don't know it, they don't know it. And they'll try to learn about it if that interests them. The day that you stop learning is the day you stop living. I always thought that when I finish college, you're done with school. Like when I got my diploma from college, I thought like, woo, I'm done. No more studying, no more reading books, but it just sets you off to begin with. I wish that I learned the habit of reading books because I hated reading books when I was in college. Like I could sell the books that I had in college and assume that it was brand new. It was that bad, right? And I know a lot of people are like that. But try to embrace new information, think about it, and use it to advance yourself, because in reading books, there's a lot of things you can learn. Let's go to number 3. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. There may not be a tomorrow. This today is a guarantee, yes, but tomorrow, maybe not. You may have a great life now, tomorrow you won't. The people that you love may be here today, tomorrow they may not be. It's the harsh truth. That's life. It's sad, but it's true. So spend your time wisely starting today and pause long enough to appreciate what you have right now instead of wanting to have something tomorrow which you don't even have yet. So that's number 3. Number 4, there will never be a right moment to start. Everyone who were successful in what they do started when they were horrible. People who started vlogging, people who started small business, people who are great athletes now or great business people, they all started from scratch. Nobody started from greatness. If someone started from greatness, oh wow, tell me about that person that started from greatness and became even greater from there. It's impossible. Everyone starts shitty. Everyone starts crappy. They all start from scratch. If you want to change your job or leave everything behind to travel the world, do it now. You can do it now if you wanted to. No one's stopping you from doing that. The longer you wait for it, the more regrets you will generate out of it. Does that make sense? Comment in the comment section down below if you think that makes sense or maybe not. Number 5, someone will always have more than you. Even the richest person in the world doesn't have everything. Talk about the Bezos or the Mark Zuckerbergs, Jack Ma's, everyone, all the richest people in the world, all the people who have the knowledge in the world don't have everything. There's always something that's lacking, and it's okay. Why? You have to remember, it's not how many you have, it's how passionate you are about collecting them. There's never a feeling that, when I was collecting sneakers, when I started, like, I had to have them all. And I thought that I had them all. Like, I had over 1,200 pairs of sneakers back then, and I still didn't feel like I was complete or happy about it. Why is that so? Because there will always be someone who has more than you. Always someone that has better things than you, always someone that has a bigger house than you, always someone that's a nicer car than you, always someone that has a bigger lot area than you, or someone who has a better job than you. Everyone. And it's fine. What's important is the journey that you have to getting where you want to be. Let's go to number 6. And I learned this the hard way, because when I started my journey as an entrepreneur, I always like to please people and make them all happy. But the more I tried to do that, the more I went out of my way to do whatever things I wanted to achieve, and it was so wrong. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who thinks differently than you. That's why when I started to not care about what other people think about me, because I didn't have to think about what they thought, I had more clarity. Like, I was able to write more things, I was able to talk about more things. I'm able to talk to you right now because I don't care if someone gives a thumbs down on me. I don't care if 1,000 people gives a thumbs down on what I'm saying. If I get 20,000 people to give a thumbs up, I'm good with it. Just look at the video, and the number 1 video on YouTube that's most disliked. I think the last time I checked, it was Justin Bieber's song of Baby. It's got, I think, 1 billion dislikes. I don't know. But talk about how many likes it has. Probably has like 13 billion likes. and that's fine. Concentrate on doing what you know in your heart that you feel is right. That's number 6. Number 7, you will never feel 100% that you're ready. I learned from a book that you should do a fire and aim system instead of a ready, aim, and fire. Why is that? You get ready, you fire right away, and then you re-aim on your goals. If you miss, then re-aim and shoot again. Does that make sense? Because most great opportunities that we have in life will force us to grow even beyond our comfort zones, right? Which means you don't feel totally comfortable or ready for it. Growth will always start outside of your comfort zone. If you're comfortable about one thing and you're stuck there, you're comfortable about your job or doing that, you'll never grow because you'll be doing the same thing over and over again, and there's nothing new you're gonna learn from it. You're gonna be stuck from that. You're gonna be stuck doing one thing and one thing alone. That's number 7. You'll never be 100% ready. Number 8, no matter how much anyone likes you or loves you, they have their own life to live, and you have your own life to live. Let me explain. You are on your own and you will always be. You don't have to look for someone else to complete who you are. Telling someone that they complete you is completely wrong. Like, I'm married. I've been married for 11 years now, and my wife, she does one thing and I do another thing. But it doesn't mean that we're not together, right? We do a lot of things together and we grow separately, but it doesn't mean that we should grow apart. Her growth is her growth. My growth is my growth. And the great thing about it is that whatever my growth is, I can share with her, and whatever her growth is, she can share with me. That's how two strong people grow together. And I think that's one of the mechanics that makes our marriage work, besides us being very private about life. Like, I'm one of the most public people when it comes to my thoughts and opinion, but not a lot of people know about my personal life, and that's how I keep it I'd like to keep it that way. People have their own lives. Your partner should not complete you or the other way around. You should complete yourself. And that's number 8. Number 9, no matter what you do, you cannot change the past. You just can't. There's no time machine whatsoever. One of my favorite movies of all time, The Butterfly Effect, which stars Ashton Kutcher, is that every time he tries to write his past so that he can correct it, there's always something that changes, and it's not for the good. You just can't. You just can't change the past. Nobody can go back in time and start a new beginning. But anyone can start today and make a new ending. You can't change your past, but you can change how it ends. It doesn't matter how you started. What matters is how you ended. You can't change what happened, but you can change how you react to it. You are not a victim of your current situation. Like, if you were born poor, or you were born with a disability, or you don't have the talent, or your parents did not set you up for success, it's not your fault. But it is your fault if you stay that way. If you're in that situation because you were born to that situation, and then you end up still in that situation, it's your fault. Nobody else's fault. It's up to you how you change that. So that's number 9. Number 10. Learn to solve your own problems. Nobody is gonna solve your own problems but you, right? Everyone has their own problems. Everyone. Like, I have my own problems. You have your own problems as well. It's impossible to always rely on other people to be there for you, simply because they probably have to deal with their own stuff too. Everyone has their own problems too. Like, if you have financial problems of your own, someone else has a financial problem of their own. Thing is, people with small minds think smaller than their problems. People with healthy minds think bigger than their problems. You have to deal with the real big issues here and have to grow as the bigger person. Does that make sense? No one can solve your own problems. It has to be you. No one else. If you keep on relying on other people, you just never will be able to solve your own problems. Like, if you say, oh yeah, my friend's gonna get me out of this problem, or yeah, my partner's gonna get me out of my debts, or my parents will get me off this problem that I have. No, it's all on you. You got yourself there. You have to get yourself out of there as well. Number 11, nothing hurts us more than our own expectations that didn't come true. You know, expecting things to happen that didn't happen, it's gonna cause you a lot of pain and suffering. If you expected to get a salary raise by next month because you did a great job and you don't get it, you're just gonna get more pissed. You expecting to get one more client that you always wanted and you never got it. It's like counting your eggs before they hatch. Like, I had an employee before wherein he was already counting how much commission he's gonna get out of us getting that client. But in the end, client didn't sign. So I told him, you should never expect anything because it's just gonna set you up for more frustration. What happened was he just got frustrated and just left just because he got rejected. I'm okay getting rejected like 100 times. I don't care about being rejected because I have no expectations whatsoever. If I help someone with their finances, for example, I lend a friend some money, I don't expect them to do the same if I need that as well. I don't expect someone else to do that for me. I've seen that a lot of times with so many people wherein they feel bad because they lost friends because they didn't pay them back, or they don't have their back when something happens to them. No one owes you shit. No one owes you shit. Not your parents, not your friends, not your family, not your loved ones. If you do something for them and you expect something back, it's gonna set you up for so much pain. And it's a harsh truth that people don't realize. Like, one thing that I hate the most in Filipino is the term walang utang na loob. Because you did this for me, that I owe you shit. No one owes you shit. If someone did this for you, they don't owe you shit. You don't owe them back. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like, for example, your parents made ends meet for you. You don't owe them, but it doesn't mean you don't have to disrespect them. Like, you have to disrespect them for that, right? That's a different thing. You don't owe them, but you respect them, right? Those are two completely different things. If you gave someone money and you expect them to give it back to you because you lent them, I call it charity instead. That's one thing I learned growing up, is that if you lend like a loved one or family or a relative and they don't pay you back, consider it charity, and consider it coming back to you in another way. Maybe not from their wallet, but maybe from someone else. But expecting that they owe you shit because you gave them something, it's just so wrong. And that's number 11. And the last one, toxic company is never good for you. Toxic company is bad for you, bad for your emotional health, bad for your mental health, bad even for your physical health. Bad news. These are, I'll give you examples of bad company. Number one, people who whine a lot, people who rant a lot. Number one, I hate hanging around with people who complain a lot about their situation, their life, their government, their relationship, or their work. If you don't like it, then do something else. Like, do something about it. People who have a small mindset will always think about the problems. People who have a big mindset will see the problem, but they will give a solution for it at a price. That's called an entrepreneur. Number two, people who are pessimists. I hate people who are pessimists. Like, these are the overthinkers. These are, what if I don't get it? What if, they say no? You haven't asked. I wrote recently something that if you don't ask, the answer you will get is always a no, because you never asked. People are afraid to ask just because they're afraid of being rejected. And it's a horrible mindset. I have an employee that always says the word kahit ano, anything. A poor mindset will always say that. They always say kahit ano, or I'll take whatever. I'll take either of those two. A person with a rich mindset will say, I want both. I like both. Can I get both? That's the difference between two mindsets of a pessimist and a person who's optimistic. Number three, people who are prejudiced and they think that they're always a victim of something, that they're not privileged, and that's why they're in that situation. Try to gravitate yourself towards the passionate people and the more optimistic people that says that it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be okay, tomorrow's gonna be much better than what it is today. Look for people who always see the brighter side of life. Optimism will always trump pessimism. So in conclusion, what matters is how we choose to react to things. Like, it's not life happens to us, it's what we react to life when it happens to us that matters. When you understand this, you will have the capability to do amazing things in life. It's gonna put you in the right mindset to set you up for success, and will always change the way that you live. Life is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you make it to be. When you understand this, you have the capability to do amazing things with your life. So that's all I have for you today. If you found value in today's video, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And by the way, if you're liking this video, a subscribe to the channel would be incredible. And I'll see you again on the next video. Peace.